yeah.
Listen, I ain't gonna keep you too long. I just want to ask a couple questions, man. I always before you and Danny, man. How you feeling, man?
Man, what's up? Man, I'm really excited. Real excited. I feel extremely confident, more confident than usual. As far as like, I'm always confident, but confidence I feel now is just like just in a different spot. Like I'm very comfortable, very excited. Not many nerves, just chilling.
John, okay. Um, he spoke about he threw a lot of praise your way and everything, man. And basically he's saying that he's not gonna get personal. This ain't one of those battles where you're gonna attack certain angles that people come against you. He's not tapping into that. You know what I mean?
Right.
How you feel about that?
It's respectable. I think that he has this feeling towards like me as a battler, where he feels like uh that's not necessary.
Right.
Uh, and he's one of the people that respects. When I say like, it's battle rap. It's not an excuse to be a bitch, nigga. Like he respects it. So like, I respect that he does that. That he has that approach. I think that is gonna lead to some creative writing on his part, where you have to kind of think outside the box because there's not much to talk about.
Mm. Does it make it harder? Because it's easy to get personal, right? It's easy for you to write personal bars, right?
Mm-hmm.
But instead to stray away from that and just bar fest, I guess. It's like Danny made it sound like you're having a bar fest, right? Does it make it harder for you guys to have a bar fest when you can go, personal? You're like, you know what? I'm not gonna go personal. We're just gonna rap today.
Well, in a sense, yeah. I think that I think barring it just comes more naturally to some people. I told him I'm an angler, so like there are things that I'm not going to talk about, but there are things that I am going to talk about because in essence, I am an angler. I've angled just about every battle I've been on URL.
Right.
So there is going to be approaches on my end uh, that you can call personals. I just don't think that the main thing that I feel about this battle and just in general
Okay.
is certain people are innocent. I'm battling Danny. I'm not battling like everybody that battles Danny talks about Victoria. I'm just not doing it. I'm just
Mm.
simply not doing it. That's not my thing. Like like
Wow.
she has nothing to do with the battle we're having. Um, so it's not to say I won't go personal at all. It's just
Right.
going to be personal to Danny and what he has going on. Critiquing him as a person, not critiquing, you know, what his wife does or, none of that. Like, like I have no reason to do that. I just
Mm.
simply don't. And I think that's where he, right now, the only personal critique on me isn't really a critique on me. It's about what I lost. And I think that's where he sees and he's like, nah, I'm not doing that. And, I respect it. And like I said, back on my end, he can take the battle off knowing that ain't nobody finna come in there talking Victoria this, Victoria that. I'm just not gonna do it. It's not happening.
Wow. Are you conscious of that because you know how people come at you, attack you about certain things? Is you conscious of that? Where it's like, you know what?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
conscious of it. It's it's turned me into like there's what I will say is that when you look at my Jack Boy battle and you look at this battle when it
Right.
happens, the way that I rap, the way that I look, there's things that I tweaked in 2024 that shows a different character.
Right.
I'm not quite Klutz right now, but I'm letting it be a slow cook, and I'm not just gonna come out and be like, hey, this is who I am right now, but I'm not particularly Klutz right now.
Is
Like,
this a rebrand? Is this a rebrand of Klutz? What are we doing? What are we doing here, Klutz? Talk to me, brother.
uh, like I said, man, you'll start to notice certain stuff. It's
Okay.
subtle, but my subject matter. You think about like the bars that I landed versus Jack Boy and the approaches I took, and then you watch this battle and you'll see similarities. And it is I'm going in a different direction now, slightly different. So, and you'll see. Like, if you pay attention, if you watch my battle, I'm sure my fans will
Right.
notice. I'm sure my fans will notice, like, oh, he don't do this no more, or oh, he started doing this now, and it's very intentional.
So let me ask you a question because it sounds like you're gonna try something different then, basically, right?
Different in the sense, I mean, like I said, if you watch my Jack Boy battle,
Yes.
it's along those. It's similar pretenses as far as
Okay.
like the approach what I've done. It's not the first time I've done it, but yes, in 2024, you haven't. I just have only had one battle, so it's sample size to go off of. After this battle and probably my next one, you'll see like, oh no, 2024, he is in a different bag than he's been in front of our eyes, and I think that that's what's going to be. That's why I'm so confident. That's what's fun about what I'm about to do today.
Let me ask you a question, Klutz, because for you, you got JC, Chilla, and Danny, and with all three of those brothers, the thing where people will say that they all got a pen, right? They're very
Yeah.
intricate the way they write and everything like that, right?
Right.
Where do you rank Danny with the JC Chiller? Where do you rank those three guys right there for you?
Oh, you talking about just as pins or as battle
Yeah,
rappers
just
overall?
pens and battle rappers, I guess. Two things can be true there.
I think that skill wise, Danny's the best battle rapper of the three.
Mm,
He's
wow.
the battle rapper of the three. I
Okay.
think Chilla is the most dangerous of the three. Like as far as like he has the highest capabilities because he can angle so heavily. Like he's the most dangerous of the three. He's more likely to get a clear win on
Mm,
somebody than the other two.
right.
JC is the most entertaining as far as like, or just like consistently entertaining of the three. Like and consistent. You turn on a JC battle, you typically know what you're gonna get, and you're probably gonna enjoy it every time. So that's where it's at. I would say Danny is the best of the three. I think writing wise, I actually think Danny writes better consistently, like at a base level. I think
Okay.
Danny at base level writes better than them. I think where JC and Chilla's written peak is so high, both of them. They have
Right.
such high written peaks that it makes up for any valleys they have. So like the
Mm,
best pin performance of JC is probably one of the top three, top five pin performances ever, and the same can go for Chilla. I'm not a biggest fan of their base level pin, like just like where they sit at. I
right.
think
Okay.
Danny where Danny just lives at all the time. I think it's better written wise than where they live at. But like, man, their peaks are absolutely otherworldly.
Mm,
So I I think because of how high their peaks are, I would say they both. I would if I had an all time writing list, I would definitely put them over Danny because of how high their peaks are.
okay.
I think he can compete similarly, and I think I'll write better than all three of them.
So is this your biggest battle of your career so far?
Yeah, for sure. Timing,
Timing. Okay.
timing, opponent.
Mm.
He's not the most accomplished person I've battled. Obviously, I think I'd say Chilla is the most accomplished guy I've battled. Um,
Cortez too. Cortez is accomplished.
Cortez is very accomplished. I was just thinking Chilla has a Cody
Right. Right.
and a
Right.
King of the
Right. Right.
Dot
Right.
Chain. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Cody and King of the Dot Chain. You can't
Yes.
dismiss
Facts.
that.
Absolutely. Good point. Great
So
point.
I think he's the only person with both. So, uh, but I would say timing and like who Danny is. I do think Danny has been getting slightly disrespected recently, and I
I like this conversation right here, Klutz, because I just spoke to Danny about what you just said about disrespect, though, because I was in the spaces yesterday, and people are saying he's not having a great year. I spoke to Danny about that, losing to my verse. I was there in New Orleans in Battle Sharon. I thought Sharon won the battle also, right?
Mhm,
Elijah Strait is debatable. I edged Danny, but I think it's still debatable. How you talk
mhm.
about you feel?
Yeah. So I think this is a perfect opportunity for him to kind of like rejuvenate his stance in the public eye, but also an opportunity for me to. So, I mean, I don't know why you would think that the JC and Chilla battles were flukes. Like, you could think one of them was a fluke. I don't say how you could think both of them were, but I think this
Okay.
battle is going to prove that, yes, I can compete with these guys. Like, if there was ever any doubt.
Mm.
That's,
All right.
that's
But you would agree, Danny can't. I don't think Danny can afford to lose to you today, though, Klutz. He can't.
no,
He really
which,
can't.
which I don't, it's so weird. I don't think I can afford to lose either.
All right.
Like, I think that I'm not your typical new guy. People, I saw somebody tell me you better not lose. And I'm just like, but that's Danny Myers, so. Like,
Facts.
you can't on one hand say there's nothing I can do with Danny, and then on the other hand say I better
Hey,
not lose.
right.
But You hear
contradiction there.
that?
Yeah,
You hear that? So like,
yeah.
but yeah, no, I think Danny can't lose. This is this is a battle where he can lose. He can have a good battle and cook and do well, but like, because at the end of the day, with the type of like responses I've been getting with my
Right.
battles, it's not gonna come off as, oh man, y'all had a great battle, dope stuff, Danny. It's gonna come off as you lost the Klutz, and that's going to be a negative instead of giving me praise for beating Danny. I feel like it's going to be more giving him negativity for losing, and
So
so he can't afford to lose.
say it right there, say it right there. So, Klutz, let me ask you this. Let's say you beat Danny today, right?
Right?
Do you think the conversation is going to be, well, he got shooting coming up. He had bows. He had Elijah straight. Do you think you're not gonna get the respect that you deserve if you go in here today, beat Danny
No,
Myers? No, okay,
nah, but I don't think it has anything to do with his strength of schedule. I think it has
okay,
everything to do with like it's not personal either. I think it's just how newer guys are treated. It's how certain people are. It's just how certain people are treated by the culture, and I'm just one of
okay.
those certain people. JC had no battles coming up. JC didn't line up his whole resume. JC battled. He lost to Sir. He did a light
Yes,
work with Hustle,
yes,
and then battled me.
facts.
And people still made up excuses after I won.
Mm.
So they either made up excuses after I won, or they lied and said I lost.
So hold on, you and JC, it's not debatable. I had you winning the battle, but it's not debatable. I had you winning the
I'm gonna
battle, but
be
it's
real.
debatable. But
there, there was a point in time where in the building mattered more than on cam. There was a point in time where that was, and you got to think about
yes,
it. I'm a pin.
yes,
I'm a
right.
pin. If you lose to me in the building, you're damn sure not gonna win on cam.
Mm.
One of the best writers in the game. No one in that building had JC winning.
Mm.
Barely, barely people had him winning around. I remember watching Tay Rock and Jack Boy recapped, and Tay Rock and Jack Boy were both like, "Yeah, I had Klutz up 2-0, and then I didn't think he was gonna win the third, and then he had the whole third about his building and just told like
Ah,
I'm I'm not like so with the way that I write. How do I win clear in the building and then lose on cam? It just doesn't happen.
mm.
Um, So you can't fabricate the feeling in the building. You can't fabricate that. Like Chilla, the feeling
Right.
in the building was really 50-50. Like I remember walking around the building and some people had me winning, some people had me losing, and it was just a tough call.
Mm-hmm.
JC, it wasn't that. Everybody had me winning in there.
What about Cortez?
Everybody had me winning in there. Everybody had me winning in there against Cortez. Similarly, Loso and Eunice, just about everybody had me losing those in the building.
Right.
A lot of people had me losing those in the building. Jack
Mm.
Boy, there wasn't a lot of people in the building for Jack Boy, so it's not a large sample size. I really can't really tell you how people were calling it. People just called it a good battle, but it wasn't that many people in there. Uh, but yeah, when I think about the JC battle,
Mm.
I didn't really get the love or whatever for winning that battle that I would have thought I'd get.
Wow.
So I'm not really expecting it for the Danny battle. What I am expecting is a respect level between me and Danny that raises to a certain point. Because I think that Danny and I can accomplish something very special, regardless of how the culture receives it.
So let me ask you, because it sounds to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, is this battle about you and Danny? Is that about the culture? Is about you and Danny? It's y'all two only? And we're just here
No,
to bask in the glory.
I always thought that the best battles are the ones where the two battlers talk to each other in front of the crowd as
All right.
opposed to talking to the crowd about their opponent.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at with it. But no, like it's just about like displaying skill sets and displaying the ability to actually do this at a high level because there are a lot of people that just kind of like copy other guys or they just act like this or they kind of like get away with seeming like they're doing this at a very high skill level. And then there are guys like Danny Myers that actually do it at a high skill level. And so I think that's what this type of battle displays.
So if would you be okay with a debatable, Danny? Would that be okay with you?
Um, okay with it. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, hello. Okay, there's two types of debatable. So you mean
All
a
right.
debatable where you think like you talking about the culture calls it a debatable, or an actual debatable? Like are we talking like you say? Would I be okay if the entire culture said it was a debatable?
To both things you just said, I would like to get an answer from both things you just said. If you don't mind, the culture
Okay.
and how
So
you know.
so if the entire culture calls it a debatable, respectfully, that means that I won clearly.
I don't like that though. Why? Why? Because why? Because you're not the favorite. Is that what you're
I,
saying?
I'm an underdog. So okay, look,
Okay.
okay, because everybody likes to be right. So the underdog, I'm the underdog. If everybody has me
Yes.
losing,
All
if a
right.
lot of people have me losing, and then I win, they're going to be a lot more hesitant naturally to say that I won because that just means that they were wrong in their prediction. So it's not that's nothing. I do the same thing. So it's not like an indictment on them. I do it sometimes. It's natural. So if the entire culture is calling this battle debatable, that
Right.
probably means that I won.
Mm,
Now, if it's an actual debatable, that means that the culture is going to say that I lost.
wow.
If
Yes.
it's actually tough to call,
Uh,
edge goes to the guy that they've known longer, the guy that has the guy with the most experience. I mean, being completely honest, this isn't even a culture thing. This is just a battle rap strategy thing. If the battle is close, the edge is gonna go to the guy with the most experience because he's probably gonna do one or two little small things that
yes.
does propel him. So in that case, I can't afford it. I can't afford a debatable.
Wow.
I'd rather win clear and let them call it debatable.
Let me ask you: do you get nervous before a battle? How do you feel going to a battle? How does Klutz feel? Like I'm a blogger. I don't know how you feel walking into to go into a battle in a couple hours. Is it anxiety? Is it like can't wait to get this shit off? Like what is it?
Excitement. It's different every battle. Different every battle's excitement. I remember before Jack Boy, I was chilling. It was cool.
Mm,
Like I didn't. It was whatever. It was just another day. Against Eunice, I was locked. Like I remember sitting in the venue with my headphones in, playing the Michael Myers theme song on repeat. Like I was locked. I was very whatever.
mm,
Cortez, I was nervous as all get out. Like I was like I've never um if I was ever to throw up on stage, it would have been against Cortez. Like I was
wow.
that nervous.
Really?
I was that nervous. Uh, Chilla, I was not nervous at all. JC, I was middle of the pack. Today, I feel very okay. Like I'm very excited. Not many nerves. I
Okay.
can't wait to see how this plays out.
Mm, okay. Okay. Listen, man. Listen. Potential battle of the day. Can we say that potential? Very much
You said it.
potential, right?
You said it a year.
No, no. Other day. Potential battle of the day.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a potential battle of the year. So
No, I didn't say yes, sir. I said the day,
I know.
the
I
day.
said year. I said year.
All right, so hold on. We're talking Rum Nitty Lux. We're talking. I like J Moore and King a lot. I like Foots and
In Elijah
Elijah
Straight.
Straight. I love that battle.
I think that this is what I will say. The
Chef
only
and
thing
Tons.
that I think the only thing that could keep it from there, if executed properly, is I don't know the crowd. The only thing that makes me any level of nervous for this battle is the crowd, the unpredictability of the crowd.
What
Because
isn't the car not really there, right? Clutch. I don't think they're not surrounding you guys. Right.
they're not surrounding us, but they're there.
Yes.
They're
Okay.
there.
Okay.
They're anybody can get in for free.
Okay.
Like anybody can get in for free. Arsenal is on the card, so typically that's gonna add some people to the room.
Right.
Uh, but you just never know. It's very unpredictable. Yeah, I could add people, or nobody could show up. So that unpredictability is where I do have some level of nerves because I just don't know. People like I think people have a misconception that like, oh man, the less people, the better Klutz is gonna be because he's a pin. I think people will be very excited to realize that if you put me on a Summer Madness stage, I would do better than I would in a room with nobody.
Explain that to me, sir. Please give me context behind that. I want to hear that, please.
I'm not a pin that has to dumb down. The reason why a lot of pins don't do well on those stages is because they feel like they have to dumb down for the crowd. My style is already intricate and digestible at the same time.
Mm,
uh, my best performances were all on stages. They just wasn't big stages. Me and JC was on the stage. Me and Chilla was on the stage. Me and Cortez was on the stage where I stood over everybody and rapped to them as if I was teaching them something. That's the
mm,
best placement for me, standing over everybody, talking to them as if I'm presenting a message. Whereas pit style is dope. It's everybody is grounded. So a style that's a little more condescending, like myself, it doesn't work as well when everybody's on the same level as you.
okay.
I've analyzed it. So like the style that I have, it works wonders when people are looking up to me while I'm rapping, as opposed to at eye level.
Wow. Wow. The science behind that. I mean, wow. How did you just break that down, sir? Like,
Yeah, I
that's
study.
interesting.
Yeah, I study it.
Interesting.
So like I think because of past pins and narratives and stuff, that makes them a little hesitant to put me on a stage. But I think the day that they do, they'll realize that that is a comfortable place for me.
Wow, really? Mm.
It's a comfortable space.
But I
I
thought
think
battle rappers love the small rooms. I thought you guys like the small rooms, though. I thought, but you want
um
to touch a big stage, though, right? You want to touch a big stage, obviously, of course, at some point, right? Of course.
I think the more people in the room, the better for me. I think because think about it. I have a style that like I talk a lot of intricate, smarter stuff, and I talk a lot of stuff that like, well, battle rap crowds are way smarter than they give themselves credit for. Way
Okay.
smarter than they give themselves credit for.
Okay.
In a big crowd like that, I'll rap a bar that's intricate, but like you gotta think about like bars like when I did the Fix Your Grandma bar, that
Mm,
had an intricate setup, but it was a relatable punchline. It was a relatable setup. It was intricate, but then I landed "Fix Your Grandma" for the guys that just want to hear violence. I lumped all that together into one line. That bar
mm,
lands no matter how many people are in the room.
mm,
Uh, People forget that I have those types of moments. When I battled Chilla and I landed "Chill Bitches," that's a bar that lands I'm
mm.
not the same as other writers.
Right.
Um, there isn't a dumbing down level when I get on certain stages and battle in certain arenas. So yeah, as I do like the small rooms, they're dope and it's an intimate setting and it's fun. But the most fun I've had is when I'm on a stage here and the crowd is here looking
Okay.
up and
Look it up. Okay.
it's
Interesting.
like I'm teaching them and they're learning and they're listening and they're locked in.
Mm. All right. Well, brother, good luck today. If we could talk after the battle, I really appreciate it. You're one of the smart, brilliant minds in battle, right? You're a very intelligent brother. I love talking to you, man. I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate it, man. I like talking to you, man. You have a good one. Hope you enjoy the
Always, man.
battle.
Always. Shout out to my